The anti-communist slogan is sprayed on the red wall of Tiananmen Square. China uses more pesticides than all countries in the world combined. The Chinese Communist Party's requirement for a nationwide study of President Xi Jinping's works has been criticized by netizens as being hypocritical. China hands lengthy jail terms to 2 human rights lawyers. It's all covered in today's China Truths. The anti-communist slogan is sprayed on the red wall of Tiananmen Square. A few days ago, someone sprayed a message on the red wall of Tiananmen Square that read "Xi Jinping, the Communist Party must resign," which has gained attention from netizens. This is another act of Chinese citizens expressing their opposition to the authoritarian rule of the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, following last year's anti-government protests at Sitong Bridge in Beijing, which sparked the White Paper Revolution. On April 8, a photo believed to be the red wall of Tiananmen Square being spray-painted surfaced on social media platforms both inside and outside of China. The photos show what appears to be a black slogan sprayed on the red wall between 2 circular arches of Tiananmen Square. Some men in plain clothes, suspected to be police officers, were seen covering the first half of the slogan with a white cloth, exposing the latter half, which is believed to read "must resign." On the social media platform Twitter, netizens have reposted and engaged in lively discussions about the spray-painted slogan "Xi Jinping must resign" on the red wall of Tiananmen Square. In democratic Taiwan, calling for someone's resignation is normal, but in China, it is a seismic event that has reverberated globally. If the information about the protest graffiti on Tiananmen Square is true, it could be considered a major political event in China today. During the June 4th student movement, someone threw rotten eggs at the portrait of Mao Zedong on Tiananmen Square and was heavily sentenced. The graffiti photos have been posted on Twitter overseas, sparking lively discussions. Some people argue that Tiananmen Square is heavily guarded and cannot be sprayed, while others believe that this is not Tiananmen Square. However, many critics of the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, find these photos credible and express their support. Others say that whether this slogan is sprayed on Tiananmen Square or other walls in Beijing, it reflects the will of the Chinese people to resist the authoritarianism of the CCP. This is not the first time that Chinese citizens have expressed dissatisfaction and opposition to the authoritarianism of the CCP. Last year, on October 13, a protester named Peng Lifa hung a banner on the Sitong Bridge in the Haidian district, Beijing, with content that expressed dissatisfaction with the CCP. Despite the government's complete ban on this information on Weibo, WeChat, and other platforms, it has spread on other social media platforms. At that time, just before the 20th National Congress of the Communist Party of China, the government had implemented a strict cleanup policy for over 2 years, and public discontent was simmering. The content of Peng Lifa's slogans has been circulated widely. In Beijing, Shanghai, Shenzhen, and other places, slogans have been written on public restroom walls, classroom windows, shared bicycle charging stations, and other hidden corners. Peng Lifa's actions sparked the White Paper Revolution that spread across many cities in China in late November. Both of them organized activities in support of the White Paper Revolution. Under pressure, the Chinese government lifted the lockdown and strict control measures in early December and abandoned the zero-COVID policy. China uses more pesticides than all countries in the world combined. The Twitter account Nobita's Smile released a video on the 10th, stating that China uses more pesticides than all countries in the world combined. A lung cancer patient cried while watching the data, "Poisoning ourselves, it's worse than opium." The video displays visual comparisons of pesticide usage in China, the United States, Brazil, Japan, Russia, the United Kingdom, and other countries. A Chinese man named Du San, who claims to have lung cancer, revealed that upon seeing this data, "I was very saddened and cried. I didn't speak for a long time. I am a lung cancer patient, with tumors still in my body. In the future, there will be many innocent Du Sans like me." Du San also bitterly complained that in the future, rare diseases will constantly emerge, hospitals will be overloaded, and pesticides and hormones, over 2 million tons spread on our motherland every day. These substances will enter the body of every Chinese person through various food chains. If they are distributed to everyone, each person will have to digest more than 2 or 3 types of pesticides and hormones. We poison ourselves. Du San chuckled in anguish, saying that if someone were to offer you a bottle of pesticide to drink, it would be considered a crime. We are like meat on the chopping board, forced to consume toxic substances even though we know they are harmful, and what's even more tragic is that many people have fallen ill, and even die without understanding why. Regarding this issue, some netizens responded, "In our rural area, we cannot catch any frogs, toads, or eels in the fields." I talked to a farmer and told him it's because of herbicides, but he said they will continue to use herbicides to save labor. Some of my relatives in China have lung cancer, which may be related to pesticides. Anyway, it's fine, the Chinese Communist Party eats special food. In mainland China, the natural environment is heavily polluted, and toxic food is rampant. People often have to eat to survive. However, high-ranking officials of the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, enjoy a special supply of safe and nutritious food, and even ordinary people are not allowed to enter these areas of special supply stores. This has been publicly known for a long time in China. Radio Free Asia has reported that in 2008, a female official named Zhu Yonglan publicly stated that in April 2005, the National People's Congress of China established the Center for the Supply of Special Food for Central State Organs to provide high-quality organic food with peace of mind. These special foods come from the logistics base of the National People's Congress, farms of the Central Security Bureau, logistics bases of the Armed Police Border Defense, and production facilities in 13 provinces, centrally administered cities, and autonomous regions across the country. Some netizens commented on this issue. People nowadays chase after money without seeing the true nature of things. The highest leaders of the CCP are all scoundrels. They have huge amounts of money to treat illnesses and receive special supplies. They do not care about the poor, whether they live or die. The Chinese Communist Party's requirement for a nationwide study of President Xi Jinping's works has been criticized by netizens as being hypocritical. On the occasion of the Chinese Communist Party's military exercises around Taiwan, the Central Committee of the party has issued a statement ordering the nationwide study of selected readings from the works of Xi Jinping Volumes 1 and 2, which were recently published. The statement claims that this is a significant event in the political life of the party and the country. All colleges and universities are required to use this book as a textbook for theoretical studies among teachers and students while promoting Xi Jinping's ideology in textbooks. According to Xinhua News Agency, selected readings from the works of Xi Jinping includes important works by Xi Jinping from November 2012 to October 2022. It is described as teaching materials aimed at helping the entire party and people of all ethnic groups to deeply understand the significance of the two foundations, strengthen the four consciousnesses, enhance the four confidences, achieve the two upholds, and strive to create a new era of outstanding achievements for China's socialist cause. This has great significance in promoting the socialist cause and ideology in China. In a press release, Xi Jinping's innovative ideas on China's unique socialism in the new era were praised, and it was highlighted that through his ideologies, we will gain a new understanding of the relationship between the two sides. The announcement also declared that in order to study selected works of Xi Jinping, one must deeply understand the significant meaning of Xi Jinping's ideologies on China's unique socialism in the new era, and recognize how these ideologies have made original contributions to enriching and developing Marxism, as well as inheriting and advancing China's outstanding traditional culture. The Twitter account Teacher Lie is Not Your Teacher has been reshared, and many netizens have left mocking comments such as, "Here it is, when will I ever have a quote from Chairman Xi? Never before, never again, unprecedented in the world. Is Chairman Xi's motto Mao Zedong thought is invincible?" China hands lengthy jail terms to two human rights lawyers. A Chinese court sentenced two prominent human rights lawyers on Monday to jail terms of more than a decade each, a relative and rights groups told Reuters. Su Zhiyong, 50, and Ding Jiaxi, 55, went on trial behind closed doors in June last year on charges of state subversion at a court in Linshu County in the northeastern province of Shandong, relatives told Reuters at the time. Su and Ding are prominent figures in the New Citizens movement, which sought greater transparency into the wealth of officials and for Chinese citizens to be able to exercise their civil rights as written in the Constitution. Ding's wife Luo Xingchun, who lives in the United States and has pursued his case with U.S. State Department officials, told Reuters about the sentencing but said she had no further details. Their lawyers are forbidden from publishing court verdict documents and they do not dare to reveal where they were sentenced and under what charges, she said by telephone. I will not let them put Ding Jiaxi and Su Zhiyong in jail so easily. Su received a jail term of 14 years and Ding was sentenced to 12 years, she added. China's foreign ministry said it was not aware of the cases. The two had been held for more than 3 years, with Ding taken by police in December 2019 shortly after attending a gathering in southern China with about 20 other lawyers and activists. Then he was held incommunicado for almost 6 months while being routinely tortured to extract a confession, his lawyer Peng Jian told the court. Su, a close friend of Ding's who once wrote a searing open letter calling on Chinese leader Xi Jinping to step down, was detained in February 2020 after going into hiding. Authorities have barred their lawyers from contact with foreign media, Luo added, in a practice that has become increasingly common in recent years so as to stifle publicity around rights-related cases. Both had previously been imprisoned for their activism. The Chinese Communist regime has dramatically clamped down on dissent in recent years. Hundreds of rights lawyers were detained and dozens jailed in a series of arrests commonly known as 709 cases, referring to a clampdown on July 9, 2015. Don't forget to comment in the section below to share your opinions on today's topic with us. Make sure to like and subscribe to see more interesting topics from China Truths.